Hello, welcome everybody to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam, and I'm bringing you some Modern this week in preparation for the SCG Tour stop in Charlotte. I'm playing some sort of fringe Modern combo decks these first 2 days, and I'm on the play. Today's is as you can see, a Faithless Looting deck, but it is one that, rather than use Garter's Vengeance, uses Footsteps of the Goryo, similar kind of deal. You get to bring creature back, and Footsteps, though, does not give the creature haste, and you sacrifice it at the end of the turn. So what you do is you put Protean Hulk in your graveyard, and if you don't know what Protean Hulk does, we'll figure it out. You search for a bunch of stuff, and then there's this weird thing that happens, and you end up winning the game. So hopefully I get to go through it pretty soon. My hand looks pretty good. Awkward one-laner because it's a gemstone mine, because I might lose it at some point, but double Faithless Looting and Cathartic seems pretty good. I think I'm going to Faithless Looting first, rather than Cathartic on 2 or Tygam Scheming. I think this is just worse than any of these other three. Maybe I could just Cathartic on 1, discarding like Through the Breach, because I don't think I'm going to have a ton of mana this game, and the Tygam Scheming, and then cast 2 Lootings hopefully next turn. That does dig me furthest towards another land, but it uses up my Spirit Guide, which I don't really want to do. I think my goal here is to sequence so that I turn 1 Faithless Looting, turn 2 Cathartic Reunion, and then turn 3 get to cast Footsteps, and I might need to exile Simian Spirit Guide to do so. So why don't I Faithless Looting on 1? And that will also have me ending the game on the turn where my mine is no longer there. So let's make some red. Interesting. So I have not found a land, nor have I found a Protean Hulk, but I found the other reanimation target, which is Woodfall Primus. It works well with Through the Breach and Footsteps. You just end up getting a 5/5 at the end of everything and destroy 2 non-creature permanents, which is a pretty good deal. So I'm definitely discarding the Primus, and I guess I'll just discard the Through the Breach too, since I'm putting the creature in my graveyard. So yeah, let's just do that. They probably thought I was Dredge after that start, and now they're trying to figure out what's going on. Who knows if they know what I'm up to. Hallowed Fountain. Are we a blue-white control deck? That could be an issue. Deck has 2 Pact of Negation and 2 Thoughtseize to help force the combo through. Ooh, okay. Well, this is an interesting one. I kind of want to either play the Pentad Prism this turn, or I can play Cathartic Reunion, I guess. Could also... What's more important, for me to get a bunch of mana here? I really don't want this Cathartic Reunion to get countered. I kind of want to get it out of my hand while it's not going to, while it's going to resolve. But then what do I discard? I think I have to end up discarding the Spirit Guide and probably this Tygam Scheming are the worst cards. Maybe the Scheming's actually better than Faithless Looting at this point. It does a dig deeper, but I still need to find a Footstep, so the Scheming, I guess it does do that. I just leave it on top, but it doesn't really find it immediately. I just think it's the worst card. I'm going to discard it. So we did find another land, which is good, but we did not find another red land, which is awkward. And we also found another Woodfall Primus. Not really what I was looking for. Is It Charm should help protect our combo at some point too. At least that's what I want it to do. Well, that That will be another red source. I'm just going to play the Prism this turn and get a bunch of mana. And then next turn start casting and flashing back Faithless Lootings. Because next turn I'll have access to 6 mana, so I can actually Faithless Looting, Footsteps, and Is It Charm. And maybe just win this game with Woodfall Primus. And I don't want to jam too hard and let them counter a spell that they otherwise wouldn't be able to. I can't imagine they have any cards we're super worried about that will end the game on the spot. And if they do, I do have Is It Charm. Ooh, a blue-white Tron deck. So now I'm expecting Condescend. Yeah, Treasure Mage is perfectly fine. Don't care about that one. I'm definitely expecting Condescend and I guess Remand probably. Those are probably the 2 counter spells they have. Yeah, Worm Coil, sure. So this will be a free turn to try to find a Footsteps. And there it is. So I can start by cracking this thing and getting, I guess, blue-red. Let's get a Steam Vents. Yes, I will pay 2 life. I'm going to cast Faithless Looting just to see if I hit a Protean Hulk. I hit another Footsteps, so that's pretty cool. I could actually here discard the Is It Charm and then use the Spirit Guide to cast both Footsteps. But I think I'll be better served just casting them on consecutive turns with the Is It Charm back. That way I'll be able to tag 4 lands with them rather than just 3. And it won't change my clock at all because they have a chump blocker. So normally if I put 10 power into play initially, I could kill in 2 turns, but they're going to be able to blunted attack anyway. So now this, by slowing down by 5, instead of doing 30 in 2 turns, I'll deal 25. The Treasure Mage prevents 5. So I'm dealing 20 instead of 25, which is fine. So I'll discard Primus and Spirit Guide. I will Footsteps, targeting a Woodfall Primus. Let's just remove one off of here. And I want to blow up colored sources first, I think, because there's no danger of him getting Tron this turn. So I'll take out colored sources first. This will be nice. I'm doing the backdoor plan in game 1. This might be good so my opponent doesn't actually know what's going on with the Protean Hulk combo. To be fair, I might not even know what's going on with the Protean Hulk combo. But I've done it before, so for those who are unaware, the Protean Hulk was a big thing in Legacy for about I'd say a month while Flash was still legal, and then people kept devising different kills, and they got better and better at it. Eventually, I played Flash in Vintage, and the kill there was 4 virulent slivers and a sliver that gave them all haste. That kill was a lot easier to execute, but our opponent has conceded, which is nice. I didn't even have to show them the other Footsteps. They probably just didn't have another land and didn't feel like playing against a 5/5. So, what are we going to do? How good is Makeshift Mannequin in this matchup? Yeah, so the combo starts off with Viscera Seer, Body Double. You copy the Protean Hulk, sack the Body Double, then you get Revelark and Mog Fanatic, and yeah, you go from there. Okay, that's easy enough. Is there a Laboratory Maniac? I'm a little confused by this sideboard. I'm on the draw, so I'm going to bring in this Gemstone Caverns. That That I can figure out. I definitely want these swan songs. I'm not sure I want these makeshift mannequins. An instant speed reanimation spell seems pretty cool. It's a way for me to sort of stress their mana against counter spells, but I can do that with Through the Breach, and Through the Breach also gives me a way to win the game that is not graveyard dependent. Although I don't really have like Emrakul or Gristlebrand. It's not like if they play Rest in Peace and I Through the Breach this Woodfall Primus, I don't really think I'm gonna win that game. I just get to deal them 6 damage. So if that's the case, then maybe I do want Mannequin? I don't really think so. Is this Neonate in case I draw too many copies of the combo? Is that what's going on? So you end up, like, say I've drawn both body doubles, and I need to get one in the graveyard. I can like, get Viscera Seer. No, I can get Neonate. I got. This is, I don't know. There might be some weird way where that ends up mattering. I'm going to cut a Simian Spirit Guide for the Gemstone Caverns. And as I've noted, I don't like Tygam scheming, so I'm just going to trim 2 of those for the Swan Songs. Makes my deck a little less consistent, but I need more disruption in this matchup, especially post-board. So now I have, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Pack, 2 Swan Song, 2 Izzet Charm, 8 protection spells. Seems reasonable. I'm not going to overthink this sideboarding. We're playing a combo deck. Don't want to cut away from our main game plan. See if our opponent has a better hand this time. Okay. This could be awkward with Reunion on the draw. I'm definitely keeping. But I'm going to hope this Reunion doesn't get remanded or condescended on the draw. They're on play. Hopefully they tap out for like an Azorius Signet. Just give us the window. If they have mana up, I might just play Tygam Scheming. It's an interesting draw. It gives me the option of holding a creature in my hand and along with Through the Breach. Cool. Oh, so they did tap out. That's nice of them. Cold Steel Heart seems worse than Azorius Signet, but who am I to judge? Given that my entire hand is blue and red cards, I'll just get a Steam Vents, I guess. I don't think it's going to matter. I guess they'll name white here because that's the color they're missing. Yes, they named white. So, well, there is a Revelark. So I guess I discard that and one of these creatures. Because I feel like I'm going to end up winning this game with Through the Breach because I actually have it in my hand. I'm more likely to just find some mana here. Yeah, when this dies, sacrifices. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to discard the Woodfall Primus and the Revelark. And we do indeed just find a bunch of lands and another Swan Song, which is not bad. I guess now we can Tygam Scheming into a Footsteps. And then Footsteps on 4 with Swan Song up the entire time, and then Through the Breach them. Just try again, like take out all their colored mana and then combo. Seems like a reasonable line. I'm very happy to see multiple copies of the same Tron land. I am much less happy to see that. And I guess there's an argument for just holding up Swan Song in case they have Rest in Peace, but I mean, what am I? Oh, okay. Discarding the Protean Hulk would have been better against Rest in Peace. I could have Through the Breached in Woodfall Primus, destroyed the Rest in Peace. Okay. So I guess I made a misplay as to which creature to discard for that reason. So now we soldier on, trying to win with some mediocre beatdowns, which means hard casting this Viscera Seer. I don't think it's going to work. I guess we'll start with the Tygam scheming. See if we can find the other. We're looking for the other Woodfall Primus, I guess. Gonna be tough to resolve it too. Woodfall Primus and Pentad Prism. Yeah. Do I want? I think I want the Pentad Prism. I don't want a second one, but the extra mana there I think is good. Put this one on top. And I don't think I want to waste the mana from mine. I'm not going to get there with Viscera Seer. I'd like to counter a second Rest in Peace if I have to. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Swan Song. I don't know. I think I'm just supposed to play aggressively there. This deck, as far as combo decks in Modern go, this one is quite all in, so there's not a lot of maneuvering to be had. You just play your cards and hope they're good enough. Okay. They are close to Tron, which is distressing, and now just passing with mana up. And blue and red. So now I have the requisite 6 mana I need to cast Through the Breach with Swansong up, but I haven't found the Woodfall Primus. Now we can safely cast this though. Get our beats in. Maybe our Through the Breach that's just 5 mana, deal you 6 damage will be relevant. Who knows? But this game is probably not going to go well. So Gifts Ungiven? Thirst for Knowledge, sure. Whatever you want. If we can get a good draw and win on turn 3, then we should be good on the play. Discard a Solemn Simulacrum, but not the original art Solemn Simulacrum. The reprint. Come on. Doesn't have matching Tron lands. Come on. I should have probably countered that. Now they're just going to be able to assemble Tron. But they're leaving up blue, so either they're just casting a Worm Coil here, or they're trying to leave up a counter spell. But there's some merit to just trying to hold up more counter spells to hopefully force through my combo at some point. But that's going to take a long time, and now them getting Tron reduces my clock by a large margin. Or increases their clock, I should say. And another Through the Breach. Well, that does mean if I happen to draw... If I draw the one Woodfall Primus next turn, the old 2.5%er. So I think I'm going to block this Worm Coil and get a Scry. And increase my odds to a nice 5%. Maybe I can win. Because they only have 1 blue mana. I'll block. Okay. We're doing it. Sacrifice this. Sacrifice this. Yes, I would like to sacrifice it to its own ability. Tygam's scheming. You don't say. I guess I do have the time to cast that, so, and it does dig pretty hard, so yeah, let's leave that on top. And see what's, so yeah, I only have one Revelec missing. I should have enough combo pieces to be okay. Tygam scheming, please. Oh no! No! Ugh. I need to get rid of all of these, but I can't get rid of the Revelark because then I can't combo. So let's say I put 3 in the graveyard and leave the Revelark, put a fetch on top of it, draw the fetch everything away. Then so I draw the fetch, I'm at 10, then I'm at 9, then I'm at 3, and then, yeah, I can't survive that. Because I'd have to draw, fetch, pass. Oh no, I can, yeah, because I'm passing now, going to 10, so I can't survive. Okay, I'm just dead. Hit the Revelark that I couldn't hit and did not hit the one Primus. The wrong one. Okay, Gemstone Caverns, no bueno on the play. Simian Spirit Guide back in the deck. Don't have a way to take Rest in Peace off the battlefield, so let's hope they don't draw it. Always nice to have the Hope and Pray plan. Ooh, so close, except I don't really have lands and I don't have a reanimation target, so small again. And I think this hand is much better. Should be about a turn 4 kill, unless I draw well. Yeah, thinking turn 4. Let's keep this one. Do not want a land. And play a fetch. So there's no difference between me fetching out a land and shuffling versus leaving it there, so I might as well just crack it. We take a land out, but we shuffle the land that we know is on the bottom back in. Ooh, this is Serum Visions. Probably an Expedition Nap, I would say, in the Tron deck. Yes, no. Indeed, Expedition Map. Let's get a Steam Vent since we have the Swamp. I'm not paying any life. And there is the Footsteps. You don't say. Do I want to Prism or do I want to Scheming? I think I would rather Prism. I can Scheming next turn to get a creature in the graveyard anyway, if I want it. I guess the Scheming would have the advantage of potentially finding the Pact of Negation and drawing it if I do it now. So maybe that's better. Yeah, that actually does seem better. If I don't find it, then I can just Prism next turn if I want to, or just go for the Footsteps. Well, we found 5 bad cards. So, nice job, Tygam Scheming. And this is why I don't like this card. It is good in this deck, to be honest, because you need to have a bunch of things in their right places. But now we are very vulnerable to Rest in Peace, so please don't have it for the second game in a row. I'm gonna struggle to beat a lot of things with this hand at this point. That Tygam Scheming essentially turned me into a mulligan to 5. It is a good mulligan to 5, but a mulligan to 5 nonetheless. If I can draw, got a Faithless Looting, loot into a protection spell, I might be able to just win in one turn on turn 4 again. So let's hope for something like that. What is our opponent thinking about? I assume if they had Rest in Peace, they would just be slamming it. Once again, it is Magic Online. They could just be getting a glass of water. But this turn is all about crossing our fingers, hoping they don't have Rest in Peace. So join me, please, and let us hope. No Rest in Peace. No Rest in Peace, please. Okay. They're making us sweat, giving us a nice little sweat here. Wonder how else this game will go. I haven't seen any other disruption outside of the Rest in Peace, but Blue-White Tron I think is some similar to Blue Tron, some combination of Remand and Condescend, as I mentioned earlier, would be their counter spells. Post-board, they might have more things. They might have negates or something. Dispel's not really that good against me. Could help them win a counter war. But this is also a deck that can struggle to get multiple blue mana into play. Maybe our opponent is just cursing their luck for keeping a one-lander and missing. And we just plan A them right out of here. For those that aren't aware, plan A is mana screwing your opponent. Always plan A. Doesn't matter what deck you're playing, what deck they're playing, plan A. Everything else is what happens when you actually have to play Magic. But, come on, I want to play. I want to play. Okay, Urza's Tower. So they're not cursing their bad luck for having one land. Am I going to curse their good luck for having Rest in Peace? They're still not slamming it. What other sorcery would they be? Are they wondering about Cold Steel Heart versus Cracking Map? That decision should be pretty easy to tell, given that they were not started. Oh, come on! Come on! What brutal slow rolls! Why? Why are you going to slow roll me like that? And then just F6. Come on. Come on. Come on. What a jerk. I hope we still win this game somehow. I don't have a Through the Breach or a Woodfall Primus, so it's going to be tough. That's kind of a thing. It's not really a thing, but it's kind of a thing. Man. Wish I just turned to them this game. Kill them with the Rest in Peace in their hand. Whoa, a mountain? Okay, our opponent's up to some weird stuff. Some weird stuff. I'm going to hold off on this Izzet Charm for a bit. We're not under any pressure. I do think I want this land. 6 mana will be a sweet spot for Through the Breaching with some protection. I'll hold any other lands. Not cracking the map yet. I guess that they're waiting until they draw another Tron land and then they can find the third, so that they effectively give themselves 8 outs by waiting to decide what to find. There is the problem of oh, I meant to find blood. No, I just want other steam vents. There is the problem of them just casting Worm Coil next turn. Okay, well there is a Through the Breach, so that's kind of cool. Now I'm gonna cycle this Izzet Charm to try to aggressively find our thing. Academy Ruins doesn't do anything. Solemn Simulacrum, that one's fine. So we're not under any pressure really. They might have a counterspell or something back. Draw 2 cards. But we're gonna have some time here. And a few draw steps. Really want this Faithless Looting. I'm definitely discarding Body Double. I probably have to keep the Looting, but I really want the Thoughtseize to see what's up, which means I'd have to discard one of these other cards. Maybe I'm supposed to wait a turn on this. Is it Charm? I'm just going to discard the Protean Hulk, I think. This one and this one. Also, maybe I was supposed to hold the land too. Oh, now I do Swan Song. Faithless Looting, please. Yeah, we're going to end up a little short on cards here. Definitely don't need any of this mana going on. And why don't we fire off a Thoughtseize? See what is going on. We're playing to make use of the 6 mana. Wow, a Spell Burst. I think I will take that one. Maybe I'm just supposed to take the Worm Coil. No, I can't really beat the combination of Spell Burst plus Remand. Right? Not just with the Swan Song. I guess I just have to take Spell Burst. Maybe I'm supposed to take Remand. Spell Burst is like a tough one for them to cast. Like, say they tap out for Worm Coil next turn, and we draw the Woodfall Primus. We can take out blue-white land, and a Rest in Peace, have a 5/5 left over. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to take the Remand, actually. Just the cheaper one. Surprised. I guess they're trying to hold up the Remand when they play the Solemn. But they're going to want to clock me. I'm expecting them to play the Worm Coil this turn. I don't want them to, but I'm expecting it. 2, 4, 6, 7. Maybe they're going to play this game really safe and just hope to find a Tron piece soon. That way they can keep up their counterspell. And that's fine by me. I guess they could also just wait until I'm at 8 and give themselves that amount of time to find it. Otherwise, just run down the clock when the 6 damage is most relevant. I'll hold that land in case I draw Faithless Lootings and such. Gone through almost half the deck. Haven't found a Woodfall Primus yet. Surprised there's not a way to answer Rest in Peace in the sideboard. But I didn't build a deck. I assume they will be discarding the Emrakul here. Oh wow, they discarded the Worm Coil. Okay. I assume they found their Tron land. Maybe they found another Worm Coil, so it's just a superfluous copy. Can they cast Emrakul next turn? 3, 6, 10. Yeah, that's 15. Okay, then. Oh, they found through the breach. And now I'm getting really punished for taking the Remand and not the Spell Burst. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's what the red is for. So... the only way I survive this turn is if I play this. Oh no, they can't even counter this with spell burst. But I guess if they have some other, they have some other counter spell they use, they drew and counter it. Yeah, this is still right. So if they have like a remand or something, and they remand this through the breach, but then they just have another counter spell up. I mean, I'm in a horrible position, but it's the only way I can potentially not die on the spot. If I just Swan Song, then they counter the Swan Song and I lose. So maybe I can bait. Looks like the bait is working. Counter unless I pay 1. Well, I will not pay the 1. See how they scry. This also stops them from casting Emrakul next turn, so I have 2 turns. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in 2 turns. Especially when they have a spell burst in their hand. Yeah, so I'm probably still deterministically dead, but I got to do something kind of cool. That's worth something, right? Right? Yeah. Just a little vulnerable to Rest in Peace here, and our opponent drew it in both post-sideboard games. Ah! Oh, come on! Why do... Wait. Oh, no. If I... Oh, no, but they have the Spell Burst. Man. Maybe I can get them to... Maybe they tap out for something, and I draw the... Through the Breach. Yeah, I guess if they just tap out, and I draw Through the Breach, then I can eliminate their Tron with the Woodfall Primus after blowing up Rest in Peace. Stop them from Emrakuling me. Maybe the 5/5 Primus chump blocks whatever they tap out for. But I need them to tap pretty low. Yeah, I need them to cast something that costs 8 or more. What would they cast that costs 8 or more that I can beat here? I can't beat an Ugin. It just 6s me, and then the bird is lethal. I can't beat a Thought-Knot Seer in a million years. Yeah. Okay, I think that just about does it. Yeah. Thought-Knot was pretty good. Oh, yeah. But don't worry, I have a Tygam scheming. Gotcha. Got you real good. Okay, I don't need to keep doing this. Yeah, pretty simple match there. Our opponent had Rest in Peace twice. Our deck is pretty bad against Rest in Peace. The Hulk deck, though, is pretty fast. That you can kill a turn 2, turn 1 Faithless Looting, and then have any of your Singing Spirit Guides to cast the Footsteps, and you can just turn 2 kill them. Turn 3 kills are not that uncommon. It's just that the deck needs to put so much into its combo because you play multiple copies of all the pieces in case you draw copies of them, so you can't search for them. That's sort of the awkward part. If you were able to just sort of take copies out of your sideboard or something that didn't force you to use up a lot of slots in your deck, I'm sure the deck would be a lot better. But as is, you just have a lot of spots devoted to the combo, and as such, you don't have as much to be able to play defense, and we lost to the Hate Guard against us. And that is how it goes. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Wednesday. Bye.